welcome everybody. This is your host, Learvok, and you're just in time for more LEGO Bionicle MOC Showcase. In the previous episodes, we've been looking at the bad guys, we've looked at the good guys, and we've even looked at a few of the MacGuffins for the series. We looked at the Codex and the key to the throne room, which is something we'll get into here in a little bit. But now I think we're going to talk about some backstory here, or lore to the backstory, I guess you could say. So what we have in front of us, yes, you're reading the description right, are Matoran versions of Makuta and Matanui. Please forgive the lack of quote-unquote authentic mask. I'm not about to spend $15 on the Anika, regardless of the version of it. Seriously, I think there's like 3 versions of the Anika. There's like the yellow, the gold, and the silver slash pearl light gray, and all 3 of them are like $15 on Bricklink. Or more. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And besides, I like the Crystal Evoke better, so yeah. But we'll get more into that here in a second. For the time being, let's look at Matoran Makuta. So, before he became the Dark Lord of Shadows that he is today, Makuta was originally a Shadow Matoran. Back in the pre-giant robot days. We'll explain it here. Just roll with it. So yeah, back on Spherus Magna, he was a Shadow Matoran, along with his brother Matanui. Again, pre-giant robot. If you haven't been able to figure it out, we'll explain it here. We'll explain it here. My lore does deviate a little bit from the official lore. For example, Matoran existed before the giant robot Matanui, and they existed in Spherus Magna alongside all the Agori, the Glatorian, and all the other life forms on the planet. They were just another version of life on that planet. Mostly biomechanical, mostly mechanical, versus the Agori, who are mostly organic. In this case, Makuta and his brother were Shadow Matoran, who were Matoran specially trained to use light and dark magic to protect everyone, essentially. In Makuta's case, he had come across the Kraken, the legendary Kraken, the Mask of Shadows, and when he donned it, gained massive power and control over shadow magic, over dark magic. Something that, up to this point, most Matoran could not do. Most Matoran who tried to use the powers of shadows, or use the power of the Kraken, just died. They either died, went insane, and then died, or something else and then died. Either way, they're light. They couldn't sustain using the Mask of Shadows. But Makuta was different. He was able to control the shadows. He was able to withstand the dark powers of the mask, and he even used it to protect others. So, yeah. Makuta was a protector. He fought in the shadows, so he could protect he fought in the shadows, so he could pull those in the shadows out to the light. So yeah. And then after the giant robot Matanui, he eventually becomes corrupted, starts meddling with the dark powers more and more, and that eventually turns him into the giant monster we know him as today. So yeah, one thing you'll notice with Makuta here is the if you look back at my old Makuta video, you'll definitely notice some similarities. For example, the gold armor on the side here, the shadow armor on the side here, were both made as homages to the original model. The same with the ice blue dark energy arm here, and here again evoking the original Makuta. Even the sword here is the same. His shadow katana is designed to evoke the staff I created. At that point, trying to do anything else to kind of homage, or kind of show kind of retro fit his original design into a smaller form, kind of became harder to do. The custom legs and stuff kind of hard to do. So yeah. I also don't think they make. I don't think they make the trans blue. What I use for leg pieces here, the one with the one-way joint, I guess you could call it. I don't think they do that. I could be wrong, but I've all I've seen as far as like translucent versions of that is the translucent purple, which I actually do have somewhere. It's on another figure I'm working on right now. So yeah. So I couldn't do everything I wanted to make homage. Basically, it was just like, let's make Makuta but smaller. But that turns out okay because, again, he does mutate and change over time. That's supposed to be the whole point. So this is kind of him post giving into the shadows, but not yet being evil. So yeah. One thing real quick, I want to go ahead and mention, this is the special edition movie mask that is used. We'll get into the whole head thing here real quick in a second. I actually found this mask in my bin while I was clearing out some stuff the other day, and I thought I'd lost it. Like, I thought I'd accidentally thrown it away with a bunch of other Legos. But I found that. I found oh crap! I can't remember his name now. He was Tometru Likon's mask, and then I also found Kongu's mask. Kongu's original Matoran mask. Which is weird because I don't think I ever owned Kongu in any form. Actually, another thing about it, I might have owned the McDonald's Matoran sets. that might be where that came from. But either way, they're all in a bag. They're all in a little baggie here. Let me actually go ahead and see if I can grab out Kongu's mask. And let's see if I can find Likon's. There you go, totally Likon's mask. Yeah, which has a little bit of, looks like paint on it. Looks like a little bit of marker on it. Silver Sharpie on it. I gotta clean that off. Yeah. Don't know why that has silver Sharpie on it. Weird. That wasn't the part. I don't think I was messing with my mask on him. Anyway, back to the original video. So let's go ahead and address the weird elephant in the room here, and that's, I've got a bit of a weird connection here with some not clay, but some wall tack, some sticky wall tack that I use to kind of fasten the eyes on here, because unfortunately this particular mask, I don't know if it's the age of the mask or just the movie mask, the special edition movie mask in general, but it has a hard time sticking the Borak eyes in its socket and keep them stable. A lot more than the regular Makuta masks. So yeah, I had to do a little bit of improvising to get it to work, and I don't know. I think it works. I think if I had not shown, you can definitely see it in there when you lift the head up. But yeah, I have wall tack in there because one, it's what I have. I happen to have a lot of it, and just two, it's easy to clean. It's easy to clean up. It doesn't require me to sacrifice 2 to 3 pieces to make it work, like doing actual clay. And it sticks in there really well. Like it'll probably be in there for a good long while. But yeah, other than that, there's not a whole lot else I can say about Makuta, Matoran Makuta here, aside from it's just Makuta, but in his Matoran form, back before he became the Lord of Shadows. So yeah, gave him a katana, specifically a katana because at the time I was very briefly gotten into Neo for like 6 hours. Actually, I'm not into that long. I played 3 hours of Neo, and I'm like, I'm done. I don't know. No. And yeah, it's because it's ridiculously hard. It's like, oh, Dark Souls, but like with samurai stuff. Yeah, I thought I'd be able to play because hey, I played through Hollow Knight. Nope, I just don't get it. Stamina using your attack. Why does everything you do in that game cost stamina, and why can't I do anything? I get it, it's supposed to be a slower, more methodical game, I get it, but at the same time, I don't want to sit here for 5 hours wasting through waves of the basic enemies. I don't mind doing that for bosses, but basic enemies need to die in like 1 or 2 hits. They don't need to take like 10 hits to kill, okay? That's my nitpicks of that game done, but yeah. So this is anyway, going back to the toy. This is kind of inspired from the 3 stances you get, at least at the beginning of the game. I don't know if you unlock more. The high/heavy stance, the medium stance, and then the low quick stance. So I keep them typically in the low quick stance. It's the easiest one to kind of get in there quickly. And it's also one that takes up less space. Let's see. I think that's about it for him. I painted a blue gear because the blue gear gold on his back. I'm still wondering whether or not to keep the gear. Obviously, you can see it's not as obvious been stated. Mainly the stuff that's connected to him because of the stuff that's directly touching him, because that's where most of the painting's going to be done, is from the grinding on the pieces. Yeah, I put that in again as kind of like, he's not exactly bad. Yes. I think there's a story that gear came from his brother, Matanu. Like Matanu gave him that gear that he as a reminder, like, hey, when you're out there fighting in the shadows on your own, just use it. Like, this will be a reminder that I'm here to pick you back, bring you back into the light. But yeah. So that is Makuta Matoran, or Matoran Makuta. And in the next episode, we'll be looking at his brother. Until then, I'll see you guys later.